What's up, guys? It is Tuesday, October 1st. October 1st, wow. 2024. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 863,742. TikTok next block. So today's been a big day for two reasons, and I'm going to get into both of them. So in the first half of this video, I'm going to talk about the debate and give you my thoughts. I just got done watching it. I was a little bit behind on it because I was working and I had to keep pausing it, so it just got done. And right now it is 8:37 p.m. Pacific time. The first part I'm going to talk about the video. Then the second part I'm going to talk about Bitcoin. So I'm going to warn you before I start talking about Bitcoin so you can either leave or stay or whatever you want to do. All right, so let me give you my thoughts on the debate, okay? Now, let me say this in the beginning because everybody has their own opinion, and this is my channel and I'm giving you my opinion, all right? So let me tell you where I'm coming from, first of all. JD Vance is a great guy. I love JD Vance, right? I love him as a pick, but me personally, he was my third choice as a pick. My second choice, number two choice, would have been Tulsi Gabbard, and then my first choice would have been Vivek Ramaswamy. I'll get into that if you want me to later in the comment section, maybe, or in another video why. But if you've been watching my videos, you know why. JD Vance has been doing excellent in the media. You couldn't ask a guy to do better. He's been doing a great job. But tonight at the debate, I got to give him a total grade of a B+. Right now, we all automatically know that he was going to beat Tim Walz. I mean, that's not even a question whether he's going to beat him or not. It's just how was he going to beat him, and you know what kind of style he was going to beat him in. Because obviously the difference between the two men are just stark. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Republican or he's my guy or whatever, or that's my team. It's just clear as day who's a more talented, honest person in between the two dudes. He got a B+. For me, Tim Walz got a D, right? Now, these grades are based on my expectations of them both, right? I had higher expectations for JD. He did okay, but I wanted him to do a lot better. And then Tim Walz, he didn't fail because he didn't make any major gaffes or nothing like that, but he definitely messed up and he definitely just lied like he always does and stuff like that. And again, of course, I am biased. So let me get into JD Vance first. So JD Vance, in my book, and reason why I don't give him an A or A+ is because he let the guy off the hook, right? Now, before I get into that, let me say this, okay? JD Vance, I believe it's a three-step process with JD Vance of why he acted the way he did, from my estimation. And again, it's my opinion. Everybody's got one. Mine's not more important than anybody else's. I'm just telling you how I saw it, right? You guys tell me in the comment section how you saw it. This is what I saw, and this is what I came up with. JD is fighting against three things, the reason why he's acting the way he's acting. Number one is he's Donald Trump's vice president, okay? And we all know how Donald Trump is. Donald Trump is not a politician. He is a billionaire businessman that speaks his mind. And JD Vance, I think, wanted to come across as, hey, I'm not like Donald Trump, even though on the campaign trail and in Congress he is. He is a lot like him, and he is a politician, JD Vance, but he's kind of a hybrid because he does make money in the private sector, and he is a businessman. Now, again, not to the level of Donald Trump, but he's made some money in the private sector, and he's not just this, career politician. He's made money outside of there, and he's built his business, and he's been very, very successful. He was a multimillionaire before he became a senator, and he's not making a bunch of money in the Senate and in Congress, right? So he's a bit of a hybrid, but he is technically a politician. So that's number one. He's Donald Trump's running mate, so he has to act a certain way. Number two, the way the media portrays him, right? I think the media portrays him in a light that he's not that way. Of course, the mainstream media, the left-wing media, the corporate state-ran, government-ran propagandist machine, 85% against the America First movement, media just completely lies about him. So he was fighting that. He was trying to portray himself as, I'm a nice guy, and this, that, and the third. And he's trying to come across that he's not that way to the American people, right? And that's outside of Donald Trump. That's just him personally. Like, I'm not that guy they're telling you in the media, right? And number three, I think also, besides those other two, is I think he was trying to take the approach of, you know what, we are not, even though I said a lot of stuff, because he did say a lot of stuff about Tampon Tim in the campaign trail. He said, you know what, I'm going to, and I don't know if this was his decision, Donald Trump's decision, the team decision, or whatever, but I think the strategy was we're going to be a more unifier, and we're not going to talk down on our opponent, even though we are complete and utter opposites and almost like we're living on two different planets. I'm gonna find common ground. I'm gonna agree with him, and I'm gonna be a nice guy to him. And I get it, you know. But me personally, I just didn't like it, man. I mean, I think because he was trying not to be like Donald Trump, trying to show that he wasn't a bad guy and trying to be a unifier, not talk down, and, you know, trying to change the narrative, if you will. I think he let him off the hook big time. Actually, I know he let him off the hook, because a lot of those answers, I was screaming out the answer that I thought he should say. You know, I think he did a good job. I'm not saying he completely fumbled the ball, but he just he could have went further in a lot of different things, and I believe he let him off the hook. And a lot of times, if you didn't hear it, he was basically, oh, I agree with Governor Walz on this, and I agree with Governor Walz on that. And I'm just like, I get it. I know the things he was talking about, the nuanced stuff and stuff like that, but the major differences, and again, his demeanor about it was so calm and cool. And again, I'm the opposite of Trump, and I'm not the bad guy, and I'm here to help, and we're here to be nice and try to bring our country back. And I get it. I get it. I'm not knocking him for it. But again, when you take it down a couple of notches of how you were on the campaign trail, it just naturally, as a human being, it just doesn't, you don't have that fire in you, right? Like, I see Byron Donalds do that a lot. Byron Donalds has to, because a lot of Democrats are very emotional and stuff like that, and I'm an emotional guy. You know, I'm an emotional patriot, you know what I mean? And it's okay to be emotional about your country and stuff, as long as you're not disrespecting anybody. But when you sit there and acting all calm and cool, and when the other guy's screaming and hollering, and you're sitting there, you know, just giving out facts and nice and calm and cool, I'm not saying you have to exactly match those people's energies and be idiots like them, but sometimes you do have to raise your voice a little bit, and you do have to, in my opinion again, and, you know, get a little bit fiery and stuff like that. And again, I'm not knocking JD. I get why they did it. I don't know what the pundits are going to say. I didn't watch anybody's, you know, commentary on this. I can't wait to watch it tomorrow. That's my first round of watching it. I'm going to watch it again tomorrow before I can completely just break it all down. But I'm just giving you my initial thoughts on it. But I think overall, obviously, J.D. Vance won. Obviously, that wasn't even a question. He could have fell and bumped his head and just got out of the hospital and beat Tim Walz. Because, again, what are they going to run on? They're a bunch of liars. So, for that being said, even though he did a great job as far as, like, you know, hitting the points and, you know, getting the facts out and stuff, I think he could have been just a little bit tougher on things, and that's why I give him a B+. So let's get on to Tampon Tim. Tampon Tim, he's just a weak guy to me. Again, in my opinion, if you're a man, and I get it, if you don't like Trump, cool, but you're not a real man if you vote for Tim Walz. I mean, just look at the dude, man. Have you ever noticed that these dudes on that side have a certain level of testosterone that looks a little maybe lower than a normal person? Now, listen, guys, before I say this, let me say this about myself. I'm 6'2", 3". I'm 280 plus pounds. I'm a big boy, right? And I've had a lot of women and people tell me that I'm soft as a teddy bear. Like, oh, you're just a big teddy bear and stuff like that. And I am. I'm a nice guy. And, you know, I am a nice guy. You know what I mean? But I got a streak to me, man. You know, I could be just as nice as I could be. I can be on the other side, too. And a lot of people that know me know that I can change. Again, I'm not a tough guy. I'm far from a tough guy. But I can stand on my own 2 feet. And with Tim Walz, he's just a weak man to me. He didn't, you know, in the beginning, he was very nervous. He was getting Iran and Iraq. I mean, Iran and Israel, or Iraq, or one of them. Look at me, I'm getting them mixed up. He was getting whatever he was talking about. I think it was, yeah, Iran and Israel. He was getting those two mixed up. And, you know, we can do that, because I just did. And you could tell he was nervous, right? He was just very, very nervous. And again, when you're not battle tested and you're always in friendly fire and you're always, kind of pampered and sheltered like Kamala Harris and stuff like that, and you don't have to go out to talk to any enemy fire and stuff like that, then yeah, you're gonna be that way in the beginning. But then he started picking up steam and started talking about the Democrat lying talking points, and you know what they do, they always talk about this and that. And again, I'll get into that in a minute. But Tim Walz, you know, nothing really to talk about. He's just a liar, and he's just, you know, overall, he's just, it just, you know, I just look at that guy and I'm just like, he's just, oh man, I'm trying to be objective, but I just can't with this dude, man. I just can't. And this is why I'm so mad at JD Vance right now, because again, you let him off the hook. He's always in a position where he's just, everybody's being nice to him. The moderator's being nice. The moderator asked him, I believe, one hard question, and that was about him lying about the time he was in China or something like that. And then he just basically, you know, glossed over and just said, oh, I just misspoke. And he just started saying all this about his record and how he needed to, you know, Donald Trump needed to go to China. And they go, well, hold on now. To tell us why. He goes, oh, I just misspoke, instead of saying I lied about it. And JD followed up with, well, you know, when I changed my mind about Donald Trump, because they were hard on JD Vance, the questions, the moderators, of course, we knew that. 3-on-1. And not the kind you want with JD Vance there, that's for sure. Maybe the 2 moderators. But anyways, sorry, lady, sorry. They asked him, oh, what do you said this about Trump and that about, you know, all the bad stuff he said about Trump back in 2016, 2017, 2018, or whatever. And then he said, well, you know, I changed my mind and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, you know, Tim Walz maybe should try that too. And saying that, hey, you know, I was wrong and blah, blah, blah. And he was kind of light on it. I would have just lit his ass on fire if I was JD Vance. I'd say, well, look, man, you're lying. I mean, you lied about your thing, and he let him off the hook about the military, you know, lying about his ranking and lied about where he went and what kind of guns he had. He just completely let him off the hook. And again, it's because of the 3 reasons I said before, because he was killing him on the campaign trail, but he didn't say any of that. And the reason I'm mad is because it's one thing to talk about it on the campaign trail when, you know, the Democratic Party is not going to show it in the light of it's the truth. They're going to show it in the light of, hey, this is a lie, when the Democrats watch it. But when you're on the national stage, when you got the 2 people that you want to talk to, maybe 3, libertarians, undecideds, and just people that just don't care, you got to nail them on that. And they don't know about him lying about his service and stuff like that. So that's why, you know, again, I give him a B+. But anyways, Tim Walz, he was Tim Walz. He did a little bit better than I thought. He didn't fail, and he didn't do anything he was supposed to do, as far as, like, you know, knock it out of the park according to the left-wing media. Of course, they will say that tomorrow. He just looked like a soy boy up there that wants to put tampons in boys' bathrooms. All right, guys. So that's my thoughts on vice presidential debate. So let's talk about Bitcoin real quick, guys. Don't leave yet. Don't leave. Listen to me. So Bitcoin's price dropped along with other you know, entities or indices, stocks and stuff like that. Everything pretty much dropped because of the stuff that's going on. And again, I'm not an expert on the Middle East, but the stuff going on in the Middle East. And this is October, supposed to be when Bitcoin is supposed to spike up. And October 1st has been, boom, and went down. I think the last time I checked, it was like 61,000 something. You can get like 1,600 something Satoshis. I actually caught the bottom today. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at my Satoshi Saturday. I believe it was number 32. Not the last one, but the one before this one. I gave you my buying strategy for the next 3 months. October, Moonvember, and something December. So I forget the other one's called. When they're all supposed to be going up these next 3 months. And what I basically said, and I still want you to watch the video, is that I'm going to buy every hour on the hour. And I had somebody ask me this question. If you buy on strike, is it no fees on recurring buys? Yes. So I got 3 links down there in the description box for Bitcoin only companies. And tomorrow I may be talking more about Coinbase when I get this more information on. But I got the Strike app you can sign up with. After the 7th day, on the 8th day, no fees on your recurring dollar cost average buys, and you get $5 free just for signing up. The second one is Swan Bitcoin. Your first $10,000 worth of buys is free of charge, no fees. And then you also get $10 of free Bitcoin. And then if you sign up with the Bitcoin Well, which is my third option, you'll get some points and maybe some free sats, and you can win some games and stuff to earn you some free sats to sign up. So check out the links below. But basically my strategy was I lowered down my hourly buys. I take 50% of anything I get paid and I just dump it into Bitcoin. And then 30% I do my hourly buys, and then I keep 20% on the side to smash buy. Well, my part of my 20%, I smash bought today. I got a, and this is good too when you sign up with these different exchanges, because they'll send you notices. I got a notice from, I believe it was Swan, telling me Bitcoin is sats are on sale, and I looked and it was 60,900 something, and I smash bought 200, and I got, what did I get, 300 and something Satoshis. And if you want to check it out, I did it on the on my little community note things. If you check that out, I put a picture up there, and I think I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start making little in the community little pictures and notes and things that I'm doing. And by the way, if you want to see what I'm doing and what I'm thinking and what I'm watching, I'm on Twitter a lot now. I started doing that last year, but I'm really getting active now. Now I'm starting to write stuff when I do a video. So I'll leave my Twitter link in the description box below. But basically, just go on Twitter and type in Jerry Loves Freedom. I think it's Jerry Loves Freedom or something like that if I forget to put it on there. And follow me on Twitter, and then, you know, retweet my videos. And I put all my videos here from there. But my point is this. Nothing's changed about Bitcoin, guys. It's just on sale. There's nothing about it that's changed. If you haven't studied Bitcoin, look at the two videos that I put in the bottom of the description box, where the first one is called What is Bitcoin by 21 Million TV. It's a video that has a cartoon and it shows you visually what Bitcoin is. And then the second one after that is Bitcoin University. I believe it's called Bitcoin for Beginners. And it's from 2023, January 2023, but it still applies today. It was a lot cheaper back then, but it's two really good fundamentals. And then that'll start you off, because you need to get to 100 hours of studying Bitcoin. And then once you get past those two videos, you can look at all the suggestions that I have for YouTube channels, books, and also my Satoshi Saturday to get off to your first 100 hours of studying Bitcoin. Because you don't understand, this is the most important thing since the internet, guys. And I'm serious. I'm serious about that. The internet had everything except this one piece, and that's the money piece. So I'm not telling anybody what to do, but I believe we're going to take off this month. So what I would do if I were you, after you do your studying and understand it, is buy as many Satoshis as you can. Now, Satoshi is a small unit of Bitcoin, right? It's called a Satoshi because it's named after the synonymous name of the person or persons that started Bitcoin in January 2009 and October 2008 with the white paper. Satoshi is one little small fragment of a Bitcoin. There's 100 million of them in each Bitcoin. You can get 1,600 and about 40 of them for just $1, guys. I'm telling you that. So it's on sale right now. I don't know what it's going to happen over the next few days, but I will say this: with this stuff with Coinbase right now, the allegations or the rumors about that, something is like that. And if it's an FTX thing, then hey, it might go down even farther. And then you got the stuff with the workers at the ports. I believe it's like 45,000 workers that today was their first day of striking, where a lot of supplies are not going to be coming in. People that are already holding Bitcoin, if they don't have supplies at home and they get scared, they may sell off their Bitcoin, and that may drop the price too. So keep an eye on that stuff. Study Bitcoin. If I were you right now, it's dipped down. I would get you a few sats, move it around on a wallet. You can download any kind of wallet. Strike has a wallet for you. These are wallets where when you buy it on the exchange, take it off the exchange, whether it's Strike, Swan, Bitcoin Well, Cash App, Bitcoin only exchange. They're great, but don't keep it on there, and keep it on a hot wallet on your phone. And then once you get to a certain amount, then you can learn how to store it in a cold storage. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And again, guys, despite all this nonsense that's going on in the world, we still need to study what's going on in our finances. They talked about, one of the subjects was housing, and they said the reason why housing is so much is because of shortages and stuff like that. I don't know. Inflation and housing shortage and all that comes from one place, man. When it comes to the prices of houses, and that's because prices don't go up, the value of your dollar goes down. And there's only one place that comes from, that's Washington, D.C., and there's only one way to defeat prices of anything going up, is buying the hardest money in the world, not money that they can just print out of thin air. Because last time I checked, it took a lot of these money that I'm getting ready to talk to buy a house versus the dollars. But now every single year or 4 years, it's taking less of this hard money to buy anything, houses or anything. It's just the prices are going down. While the dollars are losing value and debasing, this money that I was talking about earlier and I'm mentioning now is making things cheaper and cheaper, and your life will get cheaper with this incredible savings technology that you need to study your ass off about. And I'm telling you, man, not only is it going to change your life, but it's going to change the lineage of your future. And I'm pretty sure, since I mentioned it for about 5 minutes, you guys already know what it is. It's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.